everybody. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. It is Coach Marissa tuning in with you, and I want to tell you 3 steps on how you can build your confidence today. And it only takes less than 20 minutes. The end of the year is coming. A lot of people have been suffering during this Christmas, lost in so many different levels, and so many people have gained. So I want to help you gain your confidence back before 2025 so that we can get this thing running, hit the ground running. All right. If you want to participate with me, you can go ahead and pause this video and go ahead and go to rewriteyourpain.com. I have it as a free download, and you can go through the workshop, go through the video with me, and it's a little workbook attached to it on number 2-page shot. So let's get started. So the goal is for you to feel calm, confident, and ready to conquer the world. I said conquer today, but I'm going to tell you conquer the world, right? Um, the world is so big, and sometimes we think too small. So the goal of this is to basically let's conquer the day. Let's feel good about ourselves. So how do we do that if you're not feeling good? Well, let me tell you who I am. I'm Coach Marissa. You see my lovely daughter here and my fabulous outfit. I look like somebody. I am a wellness coach dedicated to helping you build faith, confidence, and balance your life. And let me tell you something. You ain't gonna be able to necessarily balance your life in the way that you think. We think of the seesaw, right? That's when I think of balance your life. Sometimes we're gonna be up, sometimes we're gonna be down. But here are a few things that I want to share with you on how you can stay at least neutral or up as much as you can, because life gonna hit you, things are gonna happen. And so if we know what's in our core, we can be able to move forward. This is about your stress level. So have you ever felt like you're running on empty? You don't know if you're enough. Excuse me. You don't know if you're enough. And excuse me, being a mother is just so chaotic, and you just like you feel like you're losing yourself. You feel like your identity is drowning. And I have some things, baby, some scripture that's gonna hold you. All right, because it held me up, especially as a mother who is separated and currently going through a divorce right now. So if you are single or recently separated, this video is for you. Many of us feel like overwhelmed, constant comparison, lack of self-worth, feeling unappreciated, mom guilt. I can't tell you how many times I didn't focus on my weight and going to the gym like I was supposed to because my daughter was feeling a type of way being around new people, which that is not the issue. The issue is, let me tell you what my daughter would do. My daughter would cut up and cry, and then as soon as I leave, she fine. That's the problem that I had. Now it'd be different than my daughter crying the whole time. That'll be different. But no, my daughter would stop crying immediately. Excuse me? So, and these things chip away at our confidence and make us feel stuck. Like, I can't focus on what I need to focus on because I'm too busy working on my child, too busy working on my job, what my spouse needs, I'm too busy working on this. There are seasons for it. Don't get me wrong, but there is ways that we can keep a momentum going. It all starts with the core, and that's what I want to talk to you today. Here's a quote that I thought was very cool. If I'm talking so fast, because it's 15 minutes. It's 20 minutes. 15, I got to go through all this with you. So if you got to slow it down, slow it down. But I got to keep going. Here's a quote that I thought by Erica Gong that I thought was very beautiful, and it represents on us procrastinating. We are so scared of being judged that we look for every excuse to procrastinate. This was me. And let me tell you something. The enemy will send you distractions. I don't know if you don't know, I'm a believer of Jesus Christ. If this is not you, these steps still will help you rebuild your confidence. But I got to have a little Jesus in this. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's who saved my soul. Many of us will know that we need to do something and then use people or things to distract ourselves. So now let's talk about 3-step confident reset. You need to quiet the noise. It's something that my life coach said to me all the time. Reframe your thoughts and start setting small wins. When I follow these 3 steps, this will help me feel more confident about who I am and whose I am. So before I tell you these 3 steps about what to do and how to say and things like that, you need to actually believe in yourself. And it's because of your lack of belief in yourself is the reason why you don't feel good about yourself. Because here's the number one thing. When you lie to yourself, it's easy for other people to lie to you. So believe in yourself. As you see, I got this man jumping from stone to stone, this big deep water. He's taking a chance with his own strength and abilities that he can, if he can jump from these. And he's done little practices to get there, right? That's the assumption. But this is what I'm telling you, and this is what I'm preparing for you to do. One thing I put at the bottom: stop letting life back you in a corner to where you choose you from survival mode. Choose you because you are worth it. Again, if you don't know who you are, whose you are, and your back is against the wall, unfortunately, many times we pick other people. But in this video, I want to show you on what you can do to pick you. So as you know, I said I'm a believer of Jesus Christ. This one talks about this first step is about quieting the noise. I'm an overthinker. I procrastinate. I'm a worry ward. I'm all those things, honey. And so I'm constantly repeating negative things in my mind. Outcomes that I don't want. Anxiety, depression. I mean, bad things that I don't want in my life, and I'm constantly repeating it in my mind. Once I begin to quiet the noise and say, no, 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 we're not gonna do that right now. I need to have a center point to do it. The center point with me was God. God was bigger than me. See, many times we want to use our children, and our children can help for some women, but some women like myself, my children wasn't enough for me to be past mediocre. My daughter wasn't enough for me to be past. My husband at the time wasn't enough for me to be past mediocre. I need something bigger than me. Bigger than me was God. So this is what I put on here. In stillness lives wisdom. In quiet, you will find peace. In solitude, you will remember yourself. This is by Robin Sharma. And you see at the bottom, just breathe. Many of us don't stay with ourselves. We put too many people in our way as a distraction. So I'm going to tell you why you're worth it, and it is biblical based. And I think that this will help you, but help you as you are quieting the noise. And this will be your center point. This is my center point. I think it'll help you. So I'm gonna read this out loud. 1, you're beautifully and wonderfully made. This is tied to Psalms 139:14. I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well. Next one, 2, God gave you his love so that you can love you too. Many times I think of this analogy with what's his name? Michael Todd, and he was sitting at the edge of the platform, and he was talking to his congregation, and well, God's congregation, I would say, and he was saying he's thirsty, but he's handing out water to everybody else. That is exactly what we do when it comes to our gifts. We give it to other people instead of giving it to us. And this goes to what I got from Matthew 22:31 verses 40. Jesus was talking to the Pharisees who happened to be a lawyer, so that man was smart. So he was trying to play on Jesus. And basically what Jesus said, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these 2 commandments hang all the laws and prophets. Now, here's the thing that we always talk about. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. What people really are saying, as far as what the world is concerned, they're simply saying, love your neighbor, don't love yourself. That is not what this word means. You have to treat people as you treat yourself. And if you don't love yourself and value yourself, it's going to be hard for you to love your neighbor. Oh, ma'am. Is 2 minutes over yet? No, ma'am. I told you 2 hours. Okay. All right. My baby trying to get off on snacks. I don't know if y'all kids like that, but no. You just ate 30 minutes ago. Anyway, so 3. 3 is please God, serve man. Please God, serve man. Relationship status is not the value standard. Now, me, I was a people pleaser. I chased men for over 12 years to where I was a toxic way of a pick me. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that I wanted men to pick me, and I would do anything that a man would say to me, even though that man did not have my intentions, and I thought that maybe I can change his intentions about me, or I believe what he said, but I didn't believe what I saw. And because I lied to me, it was easy for me to lie to me about what I actually saw that was the truth. And so in Galatians, it talks about, and these are for my people, please. In Galatians, it talks about, and I was talking to the church. He said, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? Or am I trying to please people? If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. See, when you please God, God will tell you who to serve, because everybody ain't for you and you ain't for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Because many times we are also detrimental to others, but we want to talk about how people are detrimental to us. And then the last one, your children deserve a better version of you. They absolutely do. God assigned you. Absolutely do. Next one, number 2, we're going to talk about framing your thoughts. So we talked about quieting your noise and how to get send a point. And that also will go into the second one about framing your thoughts. So this is what I got from Proverbs 18, 20, 22. For the fruit of their mouth, a person's stomach is full. With the harvest of their lips, they are satisfied. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. He who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. See the good. And as you can see down here, I got the power of the tongue. So the power of the tongue is so important, because we always talk about what you say to people, but what do you say to yourself? That is what helps rebuild your confidence. If you keep repeating the negative things that people, now I'm not saying dismiss the flaws that needs to be corrected about yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But if you think that all you are about is your flaws, that is where the power of the tongue, where life and death comes. Believing certain people, believing the negative things, being reminded of the old stuff that you used to do, being reminded of the stuff that you're doing right now that's detrimental. Or because here's the thing, if you be so stuck on the problem, you stay stuck on the problem. But when you get stuck on how can this go away, which is the solution, you start doing things to move that thing out the way. You understand me? A power of the tongue. So I want you to journal, because journal will help declutter your mind. Journaling will help you stay focused. I tell you right now, I made more sense to myself and how the way I feel and what I needed to do with writing. But I didn't have the confidence because I was still saying that negative stuff in my mind. But now, when I write them down, and I also have given myself positive affirmations, not only from Proverbs, which you can reference that. You can read all Proverbs, baby. That's all the discernment and affirmation that you need, I promise you. But now writing in journals. So get you a piece of paper, or you can use go ahead and download on rewriteyourpain.com the prompt. And it's the 3-step workbook. Write one thing you are grateful for and why. 2, write one truth about yourself to counter it. 3, write down the biggest fear or insecurities today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about yesterday. Just today. Let's one thing at a time. And then write a prayer to God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, I specifically said that because many of us are praising demonic gods. Now, there's a reason why there's only one God, but there are multiple demonic gods. Okay. And there's a reason why God says number 1 commandment is to worship him, is to love him, is to make him the center of your life. All right. Last one. Let's set some small goals. Let's set some small goals, people, because I believe when you start setting small goals, it helps you with your anxiety, not feeling overwhelmed, not feeling unappreciated. Because really, unappreciation comes from you not telling people how you want to be treated. And if you don't know how you want to be treated, it leads to you falling into depression. So let's talk about this. Confidence with grows with monument with momentum. Excuse me, I don't know where I got monument from. With momentum, achieving even the one small thing builds trust in yourself. So create a 20-minute win for yourself, whether that's cleaning your house, writing down your tasks for the day. All right, so you can go ahead and download at rewriteyourpain.com. As like I said, you can work this out with me. So let's talk about the to-do list. So what are 4 things that you need to do today? You're going to organize it by what's like that's time sensitive, meaning what needs to be done immediately. Like we don't have no choice. Okay, for some of y'all who are business owners, please make sure you get your do your beneficiary ownership. I think it's information. Just put report BOI report for my small business who have their LLCs. Because if you don't have that done by January 1st, baby, we're gonna get fined, and I ain't got time for that. The other one is write down tasks most important to least, and then put a stamp on it. No, you can't procrastinate. This is going to help you with your procrastination because you have a list, you have a system, and follow it. When people start asking you to do other stuff, follow it. You might have to tell people who you said yes to. If it doesn't have anything to do with your household, your kids, or your income, it got to be pushed to the burner and say, "I'm sorry, I can't do this." Now, be respectful and tell them in enough time. Now, don't be ghetto. Okay, I don't do that. All right, so let's do a recap. Confidence, 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 confidence. We're going to quiet the noise and we're going to tell ourselves why we are worthy, and we're going to use the word of God, and we're going to pray to God so that we can get encouraged. 2, we are going to reframe our thoughts. It's important that the power of the tongue is used properly. Don't speak death upon yourself, nor speak death upon somebody else. Speak life, speak encouragement, because you give people what you have. All right. The next one, let's create some small wins. All you need is 4 tasks to be done for today. Whether that's cleaning up your house, whether that's filling out a document, whether that's signing up for school, whether that's filling out your BOI for small business if you have not done, if you got your LLC this year. Go ahead and I don't know if it's some of you all sell digital products. Go ahead and have the digital products set up. Go ahead and do your cover page. Go ahead and do your launch for your business. As for me, I actually have my launch that's pre-launch today. Productivity hacks for moms. 4 weeks. All right. 4 weeks. And it's going to help you get things done without feeling so overwhelmed. If you wish you had more time, not only for yourself, not only for your family, but for your faith in God, you got to get in the room. All right. I got the Zoom set up. It's going to be January 6th. January 6th. And I'm so excited. If you have any other questions, you can go to coaching@rewriteyourpain.com. I currently have a free 1-hour coaching. It's called Be the Change. You can go to rewriteyourpain.com as well. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, on rewriteyourpain.com. Rewrite Your Pain, or Coach Maritza, Maritza. And that is it. We got it done in 20 minutes. Go ahead, download that workbook. Let's get started.